The state of the 2022 NBA season. Hi, I'm Tony, the founder of Per Sources. We're going to be taking a look today at the state of the NBA, some of the good teams and some of the awful teams. Speaking of awful teams, let's take a look here at the Los Angeles Lakers. Imagine spending all last year watching DeAndre Jordan do absolutely nothing for the Brooklyn Nets and then thinking, you know what, we would really like to bring DeAndre Jordan. Why did the Lakers choose to do this? Very simple. Anthony Davis hates playing the 5. In fact, we even are going to see footage of LeBron James playing the 5 all year just because AD don't want to play it. Whether he's in the lineup or not, he hates playing it. What do the Lakers need to do to be a competitive team? They need AD. On the flip side, we're going to see a team that has no weaknesses. A team in the Phoenix Suns has been competing for the number 1 seed, number 3 in defense, number 9 in offense. They are very good. Yet somehow everyone in the league can get paid. Except my man DeAndre Ayton. Somebody please get Robert Sarver on the phone. He to play the 5 to our team. Even when their opponents manage to get a bucket with this miraculous LeBron James shot, they're going to do basically what Mike D'Antoni's teams used to do in the past and push that ball and try to get a bucket in 7 seconds or less. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000. Give me that bucket. Everyone can get paid except DeAndre Ayton. Explain that. By the way, I hate to say it, but Kobe Bean, he reincarnated. Just not on anyone on the Lakers. That boy Devin Booker is the closest thing to it. Is anyone better than the Phoenix Suns? Well, maybe it's that team I picked to go to the NBA Finals all the way back in July. Number 1 in defense. Number 3 in offense. Number 1 in assist percentage. They have the greatest shooter of all time. For my money, I think Draymond Green is the best defender of all time. They have the youth. They have the veterans. And if it couldn't get any better, they have one of the best all-star shooters coming back in Klay Thompson. And they got Kuminga. And they got Sonya. Boy, don't sleep on them. Rich get richer. Seriously, y'all, I don't see how anyone could beat the Warriors. They're just a little too good in the Western Conference. They got point Draymond, boy. Come on, man. Now, I did say nobody could beat them in the Western Conference. The Eastern Conference, on the other hand, we got James Harden, who needs to start looking like James Harden old. But if he can do that, you got a problem with the Brooklyn Nets. They got the MVP, or at least top 2 candidate in Kevin Durant. You got James Harden starting to look better, starting to clean up those turnovers, starting to look a little bit better. And the cavalry is coming. They got a player who could be really good on the road. He's just not that good at home games, because Brooklyn tries to make it fair for the away teams. Wouldn't be any. Look at that. It wouldn't be fair if you had Kyrie with this group. Heading back west, we're going to talk about a team that LeBron James did not play on 2K growing up because they did not have a talent like Donovan Mitchell. There's been a lot of debate. Is Donovan Mitchell better than Karl Malone? Is he the greatest talent that Utah's ever had? For me, that debate doesn't matter. The only debate that matters to me is Utah's been a very good regular season team. Can they be a playoff force? What do you guys think? Now, this is a team that has not had great regular season success like the Utah Jazz, and they're looking to make noise in this year's playoffs. Well, they have one advantage. They all been dinged a little bit early, so they should have everyone healthy come the playoff time. They made some great acquisitions, some great trades over the last couple of years. Everyone's sleeping on Vucevic. There's been a lot of talk about DeRozan, Levine Ball, but don't sleep on Vucevic as well. He can add something to the Bulls that people are really sleeping on. I like this pickup the most out of the... A lot of people debating Curry versus LeBron versus KD for the best player in the world, but last I checked, this man right here, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Hakuna Matata, is the champion. And, by the way, y'all, he been working. He been added a move, y'all. Ooh, DeAndre Ayton trying to guard me in the finals. Nope, you ain't going to be able to guard this because I added a move. That's what the all-time greats do. They come back and they add moves. They get better. And they continue to improve. The Bucks are still the force. They're still the champs to beat until someone beats them. Y'all got to start respecting Batman and Giannis and company because they are still the champs and still the team to beat. 4. Now, Miami Heat fans can't be bothered to show up to the first 10 minutes of a game. However, if you ask them, they would tell you they're the team to beat. They need to redeem themselves after a Mickey Mouse bubble NBA Finals appearance, but they've retooled. Now, if they are the team that everyone tells me they are, I'm going to need to see Bam Adebayo be a top 5 center. On paper, people tell me he is a top 5 center, but I don't know if he's better than Ayton or Gobert. I will say this. Adding P.J. Tucker did make the Heat a little bit tougher. They are a smart team. They are a high basketball IQ team. They are coached by Eric Spoelstra. And by the way, y'all, they got this kid. I don't even know what his name is coming up here. Max Strus. I don't know where they came from. But one thing about the Miami Heat, they know how to develop players. Last but not least, Tyler Hero. He got in bed with Miss Elise Henry. And he had a baby. It looks like he's finally gaining sleep because he's starting to look like the Tyler Hero of old. That's what happens when you get your beauty sleep. Kaboom! Did y'all hear the news? The Eastern Conference still runs through Cleveland. I told y'all, man. I told y'all. Jarrett Allen, top 10 center. I told y'all in the preseason. A lot of people laughed at me. Well, now I'm wondering, is he a top 5 center? Is he a top 6 center? Is he a top 7 center? I know who is a top something. Darius Garland. We've been sleeping on that kid. That kid can ball. I even heard people say he's been better for Cleveland than Kyrie Irving was for them. They went and signed the new Bill Russell, according to Kendrick Perkins. Cleveland's nice, y'all. Don't sleep on the Cavs. They're very good, and I'm very curious how they can develop and where they move Colin Sexton to. There's another young, exciting team in the Western Conference in the Memphis Grizzlies. Here's the deal with the Grizzlies. We know Ja Morant can do this, but we have seen the Grizzlies win a lot of games without Ja, then lose games with Ja. And why is that? Well, without him, they're moving the ball, they're playing defense at a high level. You cannot afford to have Ja Morant not play defense. It's great to have Jaren Jackson Jr. back. He needs to be healthy. We cannot have blow-bys like this by De'Aaron Fox. By the way, got to move him. Sacramento, blow it up. That's my only king start of the day. So we know Memphis can be a tough team, but Ja got to buy into what his teammates are doing and not be a Damian Lillard. How good can the Los Angeles Clippers be without Kawhi Leonard? Well, they're going to be a fun team to watch. They're finding pieces here and there in Reggie Jackson and Mr. Man himself. They're a fun team to watch. They play well. They're developing, but honestly, without Kawhi Leonard, I just don't see this team making that much noise. So hopefully Kawhi can come back healthy next season. I agree when people say there's one more person that should be considered in the MVP race, and that's the big honey himself, the gummy bear, the Joker, Nikola Jokic. When he's on the court with the Nuggets, they look phenomenal. They look like an all-time great team. When Nikola Jokic sits on the bench for a minute, man, they struggle. The Nuggets need a point guard, and they are well aware of that. He's on his way. He may be there this spring. What type of shape will he be in for the playoffs? I hope a great one because they need Jamal Murray. Last time we saw him, he was tearing it up, so get back soon. No Ben Simmons? No problem. Look at JoJo go. JoJo, the MVP's been carrying the 76ers. Look at him run point, my guy. Just forget Ben Simmons. Build around Joel Embiid as the point guy, right? Well, the 76ers are nowhere near the team they were last season. They got Curry, my boy. Oop, wrong Curry. Quite frankly, you cannot have a max contract, the one they have tied into Ben Simmons, just sitting on the bench doing nothing. You either need Ben Simmons to come back or comparable players, talent, something in that value of $30+ million to come back for the 76ers. They are not the team they were last year, and that team struggled in the playoffs. They need to get better. They're developing. I love to see Matisse Thybulle do something other than dancing, but quite frankly, 76ers, they're okay at best. And by the way, please get rid of Drummond. Y'all need to get rid of Drummond, man. Come on, man. Come on, Drummond. Nate McMillan hustled the Atlanta Hawks organization. No, I'm just kidding. The Atlanta Hawks are not as good as they were last year. I think the biggest reason for that is the Eastern Conference just got a lot better. Second of all, they really started to pick up in the second half of the season. Put the ball in Trae Young's hand, have him run the maestro, and kind of just take over. This year, they're trying to move the ball a little bit more. They're trying to navigate the season. You know, a lot of teams are missing players. I think the Atlanta Hawks are going to be okay. They're really good, and if healthy, they could be a really dominant force in the playoffs. Their biggest maybe issue is being healthy and having all their guys available. But when they are, they're really good, and I'm excited to see the Hawks again this season. Another team I'm excited for, Diddly-Dee, LaMelo Ball and the Charlotte Hornets. They made a few bets. They made a few drafts, and they're paying off. Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward have been solid for them. LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, they've been phenomenal for the Charlotte Hornets. Did y'all know LaMelo Ball was a lefty, but his daddy made him become a righty so that he wouldn't bump elbows on the table? True story. And here's another true story. The man himself, Tsunami Papi. Everybody, turn down your microphone because I'm bringing out the TPR Eric Collins and Bridges! It pains me next to talk about my Boston Celtics. Oh, man. Where do I even begin with the team? So frustrating to watch. This has to be the most frustrating team to watch in the entire NBA. You may ask, why is that? Because we have superb talent. We have every team's looking for these diverse wings that can do a lot of things and defend. Well, we have two of them. We have one of the best energy defensive guys in the league, Marcus Smart. We have a very intelligent center and very fun to watch power forward. And yet, just like last year, the Boston Celtics, new coach, but cannot figure it out. They don't move the ball well. They don't defend every night the way they should. And quite frankly, down the stretch, their offense becomes very stagnant. No, they should not split up Tatum or Brown. What the Boston Celtics need to do is learn how to move the basketball, play off each other versus that my turn, you turn. Don't become the Portland Trailblazers. Become the Golden State Warriors. Move the ball, move without the ball, become a better high IQ basketball team. Celtics will be all right, but they haven't shown promise yet. Now, here's a team that most people think maybe they don't need to be moving that basketball, because when the ball is in Luka Magic's hands, magical things tend to happen. In fact, they've been making an effort, and they do need to pass the ball more. Jalen Brunson has emerged. Jalen, I'm not going to edit that out. Jalen Brunson has emerged as a really good point guard in this league. He could start for a lot of teams. Kristaps Porzingis is starting to look like the player they traded for. They can move that ball around. They can make some things happen. We don't need Luka Doncic to be exhausted in the fourth because he's doing everything himself. He can rely on his teammates a little bit this year. Will he trust him down the stretch? That's the big question. What do you guys think? Should Luka dominate the ball, or should they move the basketball? Let me ask y'all a question. Would you rather have Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, or Russell Westbrook? Well, the Washington Wizards answered that question because they only had 2 NBA players on their roster last year, so they went out and made the trade. They started out hot. They kind of fizzled out. However, they are better than they've been in years, man. They actually look like a basketball team. They're actually worth watching. Hard to get Wizards fans in the seats, but if you got them on the League Pass, they're actually worth watching. They're pretty fun to watch. We know what Bradley Beal can do. I think they're an okay team. I think, they're competitive. Do I think they're that good? No. Do I think they could be a problem in the playoffs? No. I think they're all right. They're okay. Next up, we're going to direct our attention to the San Antonio Spurs. I'm not even going to talk about Portland. Here's my thought on Portland. They just need to blow it up. Here's my thought on Spurs. Very fun team. They're not doing anything. Greg Popovich, let Becky Hammon coach. We love you. Greatest coach of all time, but we need to figure out if the Spurs want to be good or what's going on there. DeJounte Murray, I think the 76ers need to take a very serious look at DeJounte Murray and really consider trading Ben Simmons for him. I'm a big fan of what DeJounte's been doing all season. It was years ago when Kemba was an all-star starter when I told people I'd rather have DeJounte Murray over Kemba Walker. Why is that? DeJounte Murray is a very high IQ point guard and he can play defense. Is that Lonnie Walker? And he changed his looks. Again, Spurs, I don't know what you're doing. Portland, blow it up, please. Now, speaking of blowing things up, here's another team where I'm very questioning what is it they're trying to do. Karl-Anthony Towns is soft. D'Angelo Russell's, he's all right. He's whatever. But that boy, Anthony Edwards, yeah, you can build around him. If I was the Minnesota Timberwolves, I would take everybody not named Anthony or Edwards and trade them. I don't care where. I don't care to whom. Maybe Malik Beasley can stay if he can bring Larsa with him. But besides that, trade everybody. Anthony Edwards, to be honest, he should have been the Rookie of the Year last year. He's very good. He has future MVP potential. Keep Anthony Edwards. Trade everyone else. Please, Cat, you're soft. Raptors defense, baby. It is elite. Never mind. The Toronto Raptors, that fan base, man, they overrate, what's his name? That kid over there, Anunoby. He's just not that good, man. Raptors are whatever. They're not that good on defense. They're not that good on offense. They're okay. They got that Scotty Barnes. Again, another team where I would take everyone not named Scotty Barnes, trade them. They're not that good. Overrated. Raptors fans think they have a good team. No, your team plays hard. Their argument is going to be, no, we got OG back. OG's overrated. His stats are okay because he's in Toronto. Blow it up. Keep Scotty Barnes and move on. Nobody is smiling in New York except Kemba Walker. He's always smiling. Bing bong. Let me be very frank with you guys. Kemba Walker cannot guard nobody. Yes, he could score a little bit. He sure reminds us a little bit of Linsanity, but here's the thing. That's not a G League guy. That's an $8 million player, former All-Star. Y'all sure you won't play no defense this season, Knicks? Wasn't that your identity last year? Julius Randle last year was a top 5 MVP candidate right around that 5th, 6th mark. He's not even playing like an all-star this year. The Knicks lost their identity. They were a tough playing team. Now they're trying to be a finesse team. They're just not who they were last year. I don't think Tibbs is to blame. I think it's everyone else but Tibbs, honestly. The Knicks need to refine their identity. Kemba needs to be traded, honestly. They need to get back to being a tough-nosed team. Bing bong. Indiana makes me sad, fam. They got the coach. They got the players. They're just not that good. If I were them, I'd just blow it up too. Miles Turner, overrated. Sabonis, love him. Karis LeVert, I'm glad to see he's still in the NBA, but I don't know what's up with that team. Here's another team that could they could use a little bit of trades. Maybe they could get Sabonis. They have 500 first-round draft picks, right? We know Luguentz Dort can play defense. We know Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is slowly becoming one of the best shooting guards in the NBA. Maybe not slowly. He's really good. They have a foundation there. Josh Giddey has been a really good draft pick for them. 0 point triple-double. Well, I guess double-double because he had the rebounds and the assists. It's really good. I'm very curious to see what OKC can do in the future. If you guys want a Western Conference League Pass team, this is the one I'd recommend. I'm not even going to disgrace your eyes with Magic, New Orleans, and Houston Rockets. So here's footage of good basketball teams playing. Enjoy that. Wrapping up, I think this has been one of the most fun NBA seasons to date, especially as we head into the spring. Thank you to everyone who encouraged me to make this video, the PNG. Love you guys. Let me know what you guys think. It was my first shot at really creating a video like this, so hope you guys had fun. Let me know what you guys think about the season.